Hi, everyone. I'm so happy to be here. Happy Friday lunch break. My name is Renee, and every Friday at lunch break, I introduce or I chat with one of the members, and that person, the member, does introduce their business. So I'm so happy to have Sue here with me today. How are you doing, Sue?
I'm doing well, thanks.
Good, good. You're looking good, and you have nice colors.
I just came in from being outside and it's been a bit cool and windy here, so
Okay, okay. So I'm so happy, Sue, that you're going to tell us about your business. I think everybody needs to hear this. And so let's jump right in. Okay, so tell us, let's start with this. Tell us a little bit about you. Who is Sue?
okay. Well, um, the part that's probably the most relevant to how I came to doing the business that I'm in now is I've had about 30 years of work in healthcare, most of that in mental health with a little bit in palliative care. And
Okay.
over that time, I've been in increasing levels of accountability and have got to focus a lot on leadership. And during that time, it became very clear to me how workplace stress and things like compassion fatigue, which is more properly being termed now as empathy strain, moral distress, and burnout have really affected um, when I was working in healthcare, that focus on healthcare. But as I've learned, it's a universal issue and a universal problem.
Okay.
So my passion is trying to help people who have spent a lot of time, money, and energy um, into their professions of choice and helping them stay there longer on the long term, so that they
Okay.
can be happy and satisfied in the careers that they've chosen. So with that, I focus on workplace stress and resiliency.
Okay. Wow, that is so interesting. And it's not often that we hear that, you know. Sometimes people say I'm going into this field and I've tried it and I'm giving up, you know. But the support that we can get, and sometimes we don't know that we can get this support, you know. So this is awesome that you can put this out there and let people know that this service is here for you, you know.
Absolutely.
Um, so tell me a little bit, how do you go about doing that? Do you call people over, or how do you do that?
Well, I have a couple of different processes that I use.
Hmm.
One of them is the one that we're working on now with COVID being, at least in my area, quite a challenge right now. So we're in a
Hmm.
stay-at-home order in Ontario. So I'm limited to providing support through Zoom or other social platforms where we have groups of team members, and we can work through either the compassion, fatigue, or empathy strain model, or we can work on workplace resiliency and workplace stress.
Okay.
In the ideal world, and hopefully not in the far too much distant future, we'll be able to resume our in-person sessions.
Okay.
And you may notice the drape behind me has some pictures of horses. Well, one of the things I do that's very much different to what a lot of other people do who are working in resiliency and workplace stress is I bring the team out to a farm. I have a couple of partners I work with, and we run the team through various activities with the horses. And these
Really?
activities really get down to the root issues of what's going on within the team. There's a whole
Okay.
bunch of science around that, even though it might sound a little bit new age for some people, but it is definitely based on a lot of science and a lot of understanding of how horses communicate with each other naturally.
Okay.
And they're able to pick up on the energy, the emotions, and the intentions of people much faster than we can pick up on them ourselves. So
Really?
it really helps to dig in deep as to what's really going on. What are the strengths and what are the challenges in the team dynamics that might be sort of percolating some of that? And are people really and truly on the same page,
Okay.
even though they might be using the same words? So
Right.
it's really interesting to see how that works. And then that helps to build the resiliency, the communication, emotional intelligence,
Okay.
respect. And that's a huge one right now. There's a lot of attention to making sure that organizations are more inclusive and more
Right.
supportive of people from everything from the Black Lives Matter campaign to a whole bunch of other things around, the wage disparity amongst, male and female employees,
Okay.
and all of those
Yes.
other pieces. So
I love
um,
that.
you
So
can
that's
really,
that's what
really
it
get
says,
to
right?
some, what's really going on. And
Yes.
it's in a non-judgmental, fun kind of way. So it's not threatening. It's not scary. It makes people feel comfortable
Okay.
and gives
Okay.
them some information on how to move forward.
Right. Okay. So who would be that person that would call you and say, "Okay, I need this in my team or um, my organization," or so who is that person that would call you?
Probably somebody who's in the senior management team of an organization that wants to retain professional services. It can be very costly to replace people, and
Hmm.
it's harder to try and find the right person for the right job. So you want to keep people as much as possible. So organizations that are
Yes.
willing to invest in their team and help to promote and support people from inside. Organizations going through any type of stress,
Right.
transitions, restructuring, particularly if you're bringing back staff who've been laid off for a
Yes.
particular period of time and trying to
Okay.
reintegrate, or if you're looking at potential mergers and acquisitions, or if you just want to, reconnect after having been disconnected
Right.
as a result of the pandemic measures.
Okay.
So, yeah, that would be an ideal group to work with.
Okay.
And ideally, folks who are willing to travel reasonably close. I'm based in central Ontario, so I'm
Okay.
about an hour north of Toronto, but I have had clients come from the Niagara region, which is about 2 hours away.
Okay.
Um, so we can make it into a full day or a multi-day retreat and
That's awesome. That's
really
awesome.
dig into
And
that.
a little something you were saying is um, right, when you get new employees and you're always starting over because you get new employees all the time, it's like it's taking your business not backwards, but it's slowing down your business because you have to reteach all the time new things and new employees. And so it makes total
Yeah,
sense to invest in and that's what we're hearing, right? I mean,
yeah,
take care of your employees. They're the ones who run your business, your enterprise, right? So
yeah.
definitely. This is awesome. I could go on for a few hours with you here. Um, I'll ask you,
Mhm.
thank you so much for sharing all of this with us. In the comments below, leave your links so that we can find you, or if anyone has questions, feel free to send Sue a message. And
Absolutely.
anything else you would like to add?
I would like to provide a little tip because I
Okay.
know that our audience is primarily women.
Yes.
And women tend to be not very good at their own self care. And self
Aha.
care is one of the key pieces to being a good leader. If you're not taking care of yourself, you're not going to be able to lead others. And leadership is not just your work responsibilities. You're leaders in your home, in your family, in your community, in volunteer roles, all kinds of stuff. So you really are a leader in all different capacities. And if you're not caring
True.
for yourself, you need to make sure that you do care, address that care for yourself, really.
First,
So
right.
that's my main take home message.
I love that tip. There's always someone looking up to you, right?
Absolutely.
Yes. So thank you so much for sharing that. I will go rest and take care of myself right now.
Perfect.
I wish everyone a good afternoon, and thank you so much again, Sue. It was a pleasure to be speaking with you today.
Well, thank you for giving me the opportunity to chat and to hopefully you can reach out and meet more of the folks on our Facebook page.
Lovely. Take
All right.
care.
Thanks. Take care.
Bye
Bye.
bye.